Your mindset is either building your life or destroying it. Right now, in this very moment, the thoughts running through your head are either pushing you forward or holding you back. They're either making you stronger or keeping you weak. They're either creating possibilities or reinforcing limitations. And most people? They're walking around with a mindset that's sabotaging them every single day. A mindset programmed by failure, doubt, fear, and limitation. A mindset that keeps them stuck, small, and scared. But here's what you need to understand. Your mindset isn't fixed. It's not permanent. It's not who you are forever. You can rebuild it. You can reprogram it. You can construct an unstoppable mindset that makes you powerful, fearless, and capable of achieving things that seem impossible right now. That's what we're going to talk about today. How to build an unstoppable mindset. Not the fake, toxic positivity version where you pretend everything is perfect. The real version, the battle-tested, pressure-proven, adversity-forged version that actually works when life gets hard. Let's start with what an unstoppable mindset actually is. An unstoppable mindset doesn't mean you never feel fear. It means you act despite the fear. It doesn't mean you never doubt yourself. It means you move forward despite the doubt. It doesn't mean you never fail. It means you refuse to let failure define you. It doesn't mean obstacles don't appear. It means you find a way through, around, or over every single obstacle. An unstoppable mindset is the unwavering belief that no matter what happens, you will find a way. No matter how many times you get knocked down, you will get back up. No matter how impossible something seems, you will figure it out. That's the mindset that creates extraordinary results. That's the mindset that separates people who achieve their dreams from people who just talk about them. And right now, you need to ask yourself honestly, do you have this mindset or do you have the opposite? Do you believe deep down that you can overcome anything, or do you secretly believe that some things are just too hard for you? Do you see obstacles as challenges to conquer or as reasons to quit? Do you interpret failure as feedback or as evidence that you're not good enough? Your answers to these questions reveal your current mindset, and if you don't like what they reveal, it's time to rebuild. So, how do you actually build an unstoppable mindset? Let me break it down into the core principles that will transform the way you think. First principle, take complete ownership of everything in your life. Everything. Not just the good stuff, not just the things that went well. Everything. Your success? You created that. Your failure? You created that too. Your current situation? You created it through the choices you made, the actions you took, and the actions you didn't take. This is the foundation of an unstoppable mindset, because when you take ownership of everything, you stop being a victim. You stop blaming circumstances, other people, bad luck, the economy, the system, your parents, your past. And the moment you stop blaming external factors is the moment you reclaim your power. Because here's the truth, as long as you're blaming someone or something else, you're powerless to change your situation. You're waiting for external conditions to improve. You're hoping someone else will fix things for you. But when you take ownership, you realize you have the power to change anything. You stop waiting for permission. You stop waiting for perfect conditions. You stop waiting at all. You start taking action. You start making changes. You start creating the life you want instead of waiting for life to happen to you. This is uncomfortable. It's easier to blame. It's more comfortable to say, it's not my fault. It feels better in the moment to point fingers at everything and everyone else. But that comfort is keeping you stuck. That comfort is the prison. Ownership is the key to unlocking the prison door. So right now, take ownership. Stop making excuses, stop blaming, stop playing victim, and watch how quickly your life starts changing. Second principle, reframe every obstacle as an opportunity. Your car breaks down? Opportunity to learn about cars, to build problem-solving skills, to practice staying calm under pressure. You get rejected? Opportunity to improve your pitch, to build resilience, to learn what doesn't work so you can find what does. You fail at something? Opportunity to gather data, to adjust your strategy, to come back stronger and smarter. People with unstoppable mindsets don't see obstacles as reasons to quit. They see them as information, as challenges, as tests that make them stronger. Every obstacle you face is either going to stop you or strengthen you. The event itself doesn't determine which one happens. Your mindset determines it. Two people face the same obstacle. One person sees it as proof they should quit. The other sees it as a challenge to overcome. Same obstacle, completely different outcomes. The difference isn't the obstacle. The difference is the mindset. So start training yourself to reframe. When something bad happens, immediately ask, what's the opportunity here? What can I learn? How can this make me better? Not in a fake, toxic positivity way where you pretend problems don't exist. In a realistic, strategic way where you extract value from every experience. This is how you build mental toughness. This is how you become someone who doesn't break when pressure comes, because you're not avoiding pressure, you're using it to forge yourself into something stronger. Third principle, separate your identity from your results.
You are not your failures. You are not your successes. You are not your current circumstances. You are someone who is capable of learning, growing, adapting, and improving. When you tie your identity to your results, you become fragile. One failure and your entire sense of self shatters. One setback and you spiral into thinking you're worthless. But when you separate your identity from your results, you become unstoppable. Because failure doesn't mean anything about you. It just means you tried something that didn't work, so you adjust and try again. Success doesn't make you better than anyone else. It just means you found something that worked, so you keep doing it and build on it. This separation creates emotional resilience. You can fail without being devastated. You can succeed without becoming arrogant. You stay level, focused, and capable of continued growth. Most people's identities are so tied to their results that they're afraid to try anything that might not work. They're afraid to fail because failure would mean they're a failure. But you are not a failure. You're someone who sometimes fails. Big difference. That difference is what allows you to take risks, to try things, to learn, to grow, to eventually succeed at things that seemed impossible. Fourth principle, focus on what you can control. Release what you can't. You can't control the economy. You can control how hard you work. You can't control what other people think of you. You can control what you do and how you show up. You can't control whether you get lucky. You can control whether you're prepared when opportunity appears. You can't control obstacles appearing. You can control your response to them. People with weak mindsets waste enormous amounts of energy worrying about things they can't control, the weather, other people's opinions, the past, things that might happen in the future. People with unstoppable mindsets pour all their energy into what they can control, their effort, their attitude, their preparation, their response, their next action. This focus creates power, because you're not scattered, you're not divided, you're not wasting energy on things that don't matter. You're channeling everything into the things that will actually make a difference. So audit your thoughts. When you catch yourself worrying about something you can't control, redirect. Ask yourself, what can I control in this situation? Then put your energy there. This single shift will make you more effective, more peaceful, and more powerful. Fifth principle, embrace discomfort as the price of growth. Everything you want is on the other side of discomfort. The body you want, it's on the other side of uncomfortable workouts and uncomfortable discipline with food. The business you want, it's on the other side of uncomfortable conversations, uncomfortable risks, and uncomfortable amounts of work. The relationship you want, it's on the other side of uncomfortable vulnerability and uncomfortable honesty. The life you want, it's on the other side of uncomfortable change. Most people spend their entire lives avoiding discomfort, and because they avoid discomfort, they avoid growth. And because they avoid growth, they stay exactly where they are, year after year, decade after decade. Same person, same problems, same limitations. But you're going to do the opposite. You're going to run toward discomfort. You're going to seek it out. You're going to see discomfort as proof that you're growing. When something feels uncomfortable, that's your signal that you're pushing beyond your current limits. That's your signal that you're expanding. That's your signal that you're on the right path. Comfortable actions create comfortable lives. Uncomfortable actions create extraordinary lives. So get comfortable being uncomfortable. Make it your home. Make it where you live. Because that's where transformation happens. That's where you become unstoppable. Sixth principle, build your confidence through action, not through feelings. Confidence doesn't come from feeling ready. It doesn't come from positive affirmations in the mirror. It doesn't come from waiting until you're not scared. Confidence comes from doing the thing you're afraid of and surviving, then doing it again and again until it's not scary anymore. You don't become confident and then take action. You take action and then become confident. This is backwards from how most people think. Most people are waiting to feel confident before they try, but that feeling never comes because confidence is built through experience, not through waiting. So stop waiting, start doing. Take the action even though you're scared, even though you don't feel ready, even though you might fail. And every time you do, you're building proof for yourself, proof that you can do hard things, proof that you're capable, proof that fear doesn't control you. That proof accumulates, and eventually you become someone who's done so many scary things that nothing feels that scary anymore. That's real confidence. That's the confidence that can't be shaken because it's built on evidence, not feelings. Seventh principle, protect your mind from negativity like your life depends on it, because it does.
The content you consume, the people you spend time with, the thoughts you entertain, all of it is programming your mindset. If you're consuming negative news all day, your mindset becomes negative. If you're surrounding yourself with people who complain and make excuses, your mindset becomes weak. If you're constantly replaying your failures and limitations, your mindset stays stuck. You have to be ruthless about what you allow into your mind. Stop watching news that makes you anxious and powerless. Stop following people on social media who make you feel inadequate. Stop spending time with people who drain your energy and reinforce limiting beliefs. Instead, consume content that makes you stronger. Spend time with people who challenge you to grow. Think thoughts that empower you. Your mind is the most valuable thing you have. Protect it. Guard it. Be selective about what gets access to it, because the inputs you allow today determine the person you become tomorrow. Eighth principle, commit to relentless forward motion. An unstoppable mindset isn't about giant leaps. It's about refusing to stop moving forward, even when progress is slow, even when you can't see results yet, even when it feels like nothing is working. You keep moving, one step, then another, because momentum compounds. Small actions repeated consistently create massive results over time. But only if you don't stop, only if you refuse to quit, only if you keep moving forward no matter what. Most people stop right before the breakthrough. They put in all this work, don't see immediate results, and give up, and they never know how close they were. But people with unstoppable mindsets understand that results lag behind effort. They understand that you plant seeds today and harvest months from now. They understand that the work you do when you can't see results is the work that creates results. So they keep going. They trust the process. They commit to forward motion even when it's hard. And eventually, maybe not today, maybe not this week, but eventually the breakthrough comes, the results appear, the transformation happens. But only for the people who didn't quit, only for the people who kept moving forward. Ninth principle, view yourself as someone who is constantly evolving. You're not fixed, you're not done, you're not a finished product. You're always learning, always growing, always becoming more. This mindset removes the pressure of having to be perfect. You don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to be the best version of yourself yet. You just have to be better than you were yesterday, and tomorrow better than you are today. This creates sustainable growth because you're not trying to make some impossible transformation overnight.
You're committed to small, consistent improvement that compounds over time. 1% better every day doesn't sound like much, but 1% better every day for a year, that's 37 times better. That's transformation. But only if you see yourself as someone capable of evolution, someone who isn't stuck, someone who can change, adapt, learn, and grow. That's who you are. That's who you're becoming. That's the unstoppable mindset. Now let me tell you what happens when you actually build this mindset. You stop being afraid of failure because you know failure is just information. You stop being intimidated by challenges because you know challenges make you stronger. You stop caring what other people think because you know their opinions don't determine your worth. You stop making excuses because you know you're responsible for your results. You stop quitting when things get hard because you know hard is where growth happens. You become someone who can't be stopped, not because nothing bad happens to you, but because nothing that happens to you can stop you. That's power, real power, the kind of power that comes from within, the kind that can't be taken away. So how do you start building this mindset today? You start by making one decision, one choice that's different from the choices you've been making. When fear shows up, you act anyway. When doubt creeps in, you move forward anyway. When obstacles appear, you find a way anyway. You take ownership. You reframe problems as opportunities. You separate your identity from your results. You focus on what you control. You embrace discomfort. You build confidence through action. You protect your mind. You commit to forward motion. You evolve constantly. One decision at a time, one action at a time, one day at a time. And slowly, over weeks and months, you'll notice something changing. You'll notice you're responding differently to pressure, handling challenges better, feeling more confident, taking bigger risks, achieving things you couldn't before. That's your unstoppable mindset being built, brick by brick, choice by choice, action by action. You won't become unstoppable overnight, but you can start becoming unstoppable today, right now, with your very next decision. What's it going to be? Are you going to let your old mindset keep running the show, or are you going to start building the unstoppable mindset that changes everything? The choice is yours. It's always been yours. Build the mindset. Become unstoppable.